Long ago, in a deep mountain village, there lived a widowed mother and her young son and daughter. They were poor, but they cherished one another and spent each day with love and warmth. One morning, news spread that a big feast was being held in the next village over the hill. The mother decided to help with the preparations so she could earn a small wage. Before the sun climbed high into the sky, she stood her children by the front door and reminded them again and again, "My dear children, don't open the door for anyone until I return. No matter who comes or what they say, you must not open it. Do you understand?" The children nodded firmly. "Yes, mother." With that, the mother crossed the hill toward the feast house. The village beyond was bustling. Steaming rice cakes filled the air with warmth, and the smell of sizzling pancakes drifted down every alley. The mother worked tirelessly from dawn until the sun began to set, helping knead the dough, steam the cakes, and fry the pancakes. As evening approached, the host of the feast thanked her for her hard work and handed her a basket filled to the brim with freshly steamed rice cakes. Balancing the warm basket on her head, the mother hurried back home, thinking of her hungry children waiting for her. As the sun dipped behind the mountains and the sky grew dim, the mother hurried up the first hill on her way home. But suddenly, from the shadows, a huge tiger leapt out and blocked her path. Its eyes gleamed, and its sharp teeth flashed as it growled, "Grrr. Give me a rice cake, and I won't eat you." Startled and trembling, the mother quickly pulled out a rice cake and tossed it to the tiger. The tiger gulped it down in one bite and slipped back into the darkness. With her heart still pounding, the mother climbed over the second hill, but there it was again, same tiger, standing in her way, making the same demand. She had no choice but to hand over more rice cakes. The basket grew lighter and lighter. When she finally reached the third and last hill, the tiger appeared yet again. But this time, there wasn't a single rice cake left. The mother showed him the empty basket and pleaded desperately, but the hungry tiger didn't listen. And then, the worst happened. The tiger devoured the poor mother, put on her clothes, and lifted the empty basket onto its head. Disguised as the mother, it walked through the darkening forest toward the house where the two children were waiting, unaware of the danger approaching. The tiger put on the mother's skirt and jacket, wrapped a cloth around its head, and slipped its paws into her socks and straw shoes. From the outside, it looked almost like a real person, but underneath were sharp claws and terrifying teeth. Under the faint moonlight, the tiger walked toward the house where the children were waiting. Then, imitating the mother's voice, it knocked on the door. "Children, it's mother. Open the door." But the older brother immediately sensed something was wrong. The voice was much deeper and rougher than their mother's. He asked cautiously, "That doesn't sound like Mom." The tiger froze for a moment but quickly came up with an excuse. Clearing its throat, it forced its voice to sound even raspier. "I crossed 3 hills to get here. My voice is worn out." Still, the children didn't open the door. Their mother's strict warning echoed in their minds. The younger sister clung to her brother's back, trembling with fear, while the brother peeked through a small crack in the door. In the moonlight, the figure outside looked like their mother, but something felt strangely off. Growing impatient but determined, the tiger tried once more to mimic the mother's gentle tone. Gathering her courage, the younger sister spoke up again. "Then please show us your hand." Through the small tear in the paper door, a hand slowly slipped inside. But the moment the moonlight fell on it, the children gasped in fright. The hand was large, rough, and thick. Its nails were long and sharp, nothing like their mother's small, soft hands. "That's not Mom's hand," the brother shouted. Startled, the tiger quickly pulled its paw back and stammered, "Mother worked all day. My hands are cracked and swollen from the cold." Trying to sound gentle, the tiger added, "You must be hungry. Let me hurry inside and prepare something warm to eat." Pretending to head toward the kitchen, the tiger quietly slipped into the backyard instead. The children knew they couldn't wait any longer. The brother grabbed his sister's hand tightly and carefully opened the back door. Without making a sound, the two of them darted outside into the night. Under the moonlight, they spotted a large old tree standing beside the well. They ran toward it with all their might and scrambled up the trunk. Higher and higher they climbed, hiding themselves among the thick leaves. Clinging to the branches, their hearts pounded wildly as they looked anxiously toward the house. The tiger finished setting the dinner table in the kitchen and threw the door open wide, but the children were nowhere to be found. Growling in frustration, it searched the room, the hallway, and every corner of the house. Finally, it stomped out into the backyard and came to a stop beside the well. When the tiger looked down into the water, it gasped. The children's faces were reflected perfectly on the surface. Not realizing they were actually hiding up in the tree above, the tiger completely misunderstood the situation. "Children, come out of the well right now," it said gently, speaking to the water. The sight was so ridiculous that the younger sister couldn't hold back a giggle. Hearing the sound, the tiger jerked its head up, and under the moonlight, it finally spotted the children sitting high on a branch. "How did you get up there?" the tiger snarled. The brother quickly came up with a clever lie. "We rubbed lots of sesame oil on the trunk and slipped right up." The tiger believed him instantly. It dashed into the house, grabbed the jar of sesame oil, and smeared it all over its paws and feet. Then it tried climbing the tree, but it was so slippery that it slid down again and again, each attempt ending in another loud thud. Watching this, the younger sister burst into laughter and shouted teasingly, "You have to chop the tree with a hatchet as you climb." Only then did the tiger realize it had been tricked. Furious, it ran back to the house, grabbed a heavy axe, and began hacking its way up the tree. Thud! Thud! Bark flew everywhere, and the whole trunk trembled. The children clung to the branches, terrified. "Brother, it's almost Hareth," sister whispered with a shaking voice. The tiger was getting closer and closer, and there was nowhere left for the children to run. With no other choice, the two children put their trembling hands together and prayed desperately toward the sky. "Please, please. If you wish to save us, send down a new rope with a new cushion. If we are to die, send an old rope with a worn-out cushion." At that very moment, something miraculous happened. A bright light opened in the sky, and down came a shining new cushion and a strong, sturdy rope. The children quickly climbed onto the cushion and held tight as the rope lifted them gently upward into the heavens. Seeing this, the tiger panicked and prayed as well. A rope and cushion did come down, but they were old, frayed, and ready to fall apart. The tiger sat on the worn cushion and grabbed the rope, trying to climb upward. But as soon as it rose into the air, snap! The rope broke, and the tiger fell straight down. High above the clouds, the brother and sister began a new life in the heavens. The sky world was peaceful, bright, and more beautiful than anything they had ever seen. At first, the brother became the shining sun, glowing warmly over the world, and the sister became the gentle moon, lighting the night with her soft silver glow. But the little sister soon grew frightened and lonely, afraid of guarding the dark night sky all by herself. "Brother, the night is too scary," she whispered. Hearing this, the brother wrapped his arms around her in a comforting hug. He wanted his sister to feel safe, to smile brightly without fear. So he made a loving decision. He offered to switch places with her. The sister would become the warm, radiant sun, and he would become the calm, watchful moon. From that day on, the siblings have shone down on us as the sun and the moon. During the day, the sister lights the world with her bright, gentle sunshine. At night, the brother watches over the earth with his quiet, soothing moonlight. Just as day and night take turns, the two of them continue to care for each other and for all of us, sharing their warm light from the sky. If you look up at the heavens, you can still feel the siblings watching over us even today. May the warm hearts of the sun and moon shine gently upon you today. See you next time with another warm and magical story from long ago. Don't forget to like and subscribe.